Hello everyone, this is Janet from Mixed Media Mama, and thank you so much for coming back. Hey, I just want to give you a little show here for a little tag book that I made, and just to show you how to use a few of the same sets of a collection and make a totally different look. And I will explain all of that. I am using the brand new collection of David's called Mr. and Mrs. And I will put all the information down below. But it just turned out so cotton picking cute. So cute. It is literally, I used all of the tag dies that were in this whole collection and using Susie's from Shabby Soul, her technique of how, and it's just like a little tab binding, and it's so fun, so easy. Let's just start right on in. So the front and the back cover is the large tags from the collection. I'm going to come up really close so you can see the detail. I did die cutting, and you can tell right through here from one of the dies. And then of course the stencil, and I used glazes, Tim Holtz glazes. As you can see, it has the same type of look on the hearts. And it just is really a nice little front cover. I really like that. And the whole thing of why I did a little tag booklet is that it can be made, it's just an example of what you can do with the collection or just a few sets from the collection. And it can be made and put into your bag when you go traveling or when you have a family, and you can just literally make it ahead of time, then come back and put pictures in it, and I will show you this. And I just did some stamping from the background stamps. All this paper is the brand new Backgrounds Volume 1, and it is C029. And I absolutely love, oh, these are my colors of paper. I love it, love it. The nice thing about doing the binding this way is because it lays flat. You won't ever get an alligator mouth at all. So as you can see, I just literally put photos in them, and they are all loose photos. So let's just talk about each page. Let's talk about this one right here. You can tell I just put a little vintage faux tape stamping, and then used the clock face. And this is from the doily galore. And then I just added, I really wanted those hands to stand out, so I just made them glue and put some vintage hardware on there. And it's a wonderful little tuck spot. How easy is that? How easy. And this whole tag, like I said before, this whole tag book is all about pictures, making something and you utilizing what you have and just put pictures in it. And I just had these. This is just a cute little girl. Nothing special. I got these off. These are digital pictures, so they are not even but this is a little belly band. So this one here is just a flap. It's one of those tags, I want to say, could have been the doily galore also, if I remember right. And I just took the larger hands and some fabric and just made it into a belly band. So you can see right there. And I love that because nowadays you can have all kinds of different pictures. Quite a few years ago, it was only 5x7, 4x6, or 3x3. But now you can do 1x2 or 1x3 and just have all kinds of, you can even do the little thumbnail pictures. So it's really, and of course I used some onion skin, made it into, and then stamped onto that right there, and then art play on the back side. And the time will tell banner is just a tuck spot. And of course I used, on the next page, you will see, oh no, here, this page, you will see that purple shimmer. That is from it's spritz through one of these stencils that's with the collection. And then I flipped the stencil over and I made this. And you can see the leftover on that. It just gives it a nice, I love that. I love that. So I just tucked that. And of course, a little faux tape right there too. It's so easy. When you make tag booklets like this, it is so easy that you can just come back and put your pictures in. And of course, this is, let's take this picture out. This is the embossed from one of the backgrounds. It's that laced background that is so beautiful. And of course, I took a tag, but I wanted to have a raw edge. And I'm going to bring this up really close. How I did that is that I cut that. Let me get a pair of, here we go. I cut this little pin right here, and then I just made 2 slits into the fabric, and then I slid that in to make it look like it clasped on the fabric. So that was really, really easy. And why this embossing powder is not shiny, because it is Seth Apter's embossing powder, and it's from quite a few years ago. And of course, this I just made a nice little tuck spot right there on one of the tall, skinny tags from the collection. Made another little belly band, but I want to talk about this tag. I'm going to bring this up really close. You can kind of see the embossed part. I put some crackle paste through there, let it dry. And of course, when you put crackle paste or any type of paste, it's going to curve the paper just a bit. So I straightened it out. I just manipulated the paper until it was flat again. And then I used distressed ink. I believe this was, oh, the color's not going to come to me. And then I used a wax, and kind of a copper wax. You can see that kind of reddish look, just a tinge of red. And then of course I use embossing glaze on this right here to make it into a belly band. And of course, you know me, I have to sew. So this little tag is one of those cute little smaller tags. And I love the flow of it all. There again, on that small tag, I just inked it up with actually the same color over here and here. And then used one of those beautiful, I call it a paper clip tab, but I'm not really sure what David calls it, but that's what I call it. And the color selection, I really try to just stick within the color selection, and it was just really pretty. And this picture is probably a 1.5 by 2 1/4, maybe. It just puts right in there. It's just so nice. There's the back side of that. Look at, I mean, it's just so cute. You can just slide a nice little picture underneath there. Put your own pictures, you know, it's just wonderful. Here is a nice tuck spot. Same concept from this belly band, same concept, but I sewed, after I stamped, I sewed just the edge. I did not glue, I just sewed the edge to there, and I just sewed this right here, and that just makes it into a nice little tuck spot. Nice little pocket. You know me, I'm all about pictures. As that is empty, this is paper clipped. It is just a picture that I had on hand, and I put one of my vintage faux tape on there just to give it a little bit. And see how it just, I love that. That is so, it just, you can have little peeks of every page that comes out. Even this back here, and that's why I use different sizes of tags, different sizes of pages, different sizes of, just because I love the variety. And basically it's visual texture. This is a beautiful, whoever this lady is, she is just adorable. And I don't even know, but she just is so, so beautiful. Same concept. I use one of those doily tags. I'm going to call it doily tags. I'm not really sure without actually looking at the set. And I embossed glazed right here. And of course I stamped on it before I embossed it. Sewed it and then made a little tuck spot over here with some onion skin. There's that stamp of David's. It's the same kind of a tuck spot like this, only with a little bit different. Just enough to show you that you can tuck a picture underneath. Easy, easy, easy. I did not do anything here because I figured you could probably either journal, you can add your own picture. And of course, y'all recognized this. This is from, I think, Playful Grunge. This one right here, this little side. It's a really bigger, I mean, the actual piece comes, the die cut piece comes out here. But I just wanted a little, and so of course I inked using one of the stencils and then stamped a little bit, faux tape. Nice little place to tuck a strip of pictures in. And here, isn't that just darling? Just darling. Let's talk about that tag. Tall, skinny tag, faux tape, and you can kind of see that this piece right here is one of the scroll pieces. I basically cut it in half, stamped on it. You can see just a little bit of the stamp, gives it a little bit of visual texture back there, and did a heart, 2 of the paper grommets, and of course it's all out of the paper pack. The background's volume 1, and I just love that. And of course that matches the whole doily over here. And that is the inside of the back cover, stamping the doily, and of course who it's by. David, this paper is just, love the colors, love, love, love the colors. And you will start to see more of these pictures. I will show detail pics on my Instagram and Facebook. And but this is just an easy, took me maybe an afternoon once I figured out what I wanted to do. The hardest part is letting the crackle paint or crackle paste dry. That was the longest part of it. And this is so easy. You can just tuck that right into and go traveling, or give this as a gift. Maybe it could be a show and tell for, you know, a grandparent or a friend who's sick, or whatever it is packed full. You can pack a lot of pictures in there. So just wanted to give you a little creation, hopefully some inspiration for you too, how you can utilize each set or each collection to make it fit you in totally different ways. So thanks for coming along. Hey, put down below what you like, what you don't like, and like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.